Welcome to Rick Snider's Washington on YouTube, where you get the whole story. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, even hit the thanks button. And go over to that new thing threads and find Rick Snider's Washington there and follow. Okay, so Dan Snyder is about out the door, and Ron Rivera was, I know he's going to say something nice about Dan when he leaves. Thank you, Dan, for everything you did for me, because he did a lot for Ron, to be honest. And then they say, well, we're excited about the next guy. So what's the real line between Ron and Dan? I think overall, Ron Rivera got a pretty easy deal from Dan Snyder. You look at all the past coaches on there. Some of them, I think, did pretty well being left alone by Dan because they were strong authority figures. And if a guy was weak in any way, Dan just ran right over him. I mean, looking back, when he came in, he gave Norv Turner a hard time. And Norv kind of tolerated it. But, there was one time Dan's yelling at him in the locker room. Behind a closed door, I could hear the whole thing. It was awful. To be yelling at your coach like that when it was his first year and he didn't know anything about it on there. Shanahan, Schottenheimer, Gibbs, they were all left alone by Dan because he ain't playing with them. But guys like Zorn, because Zorn really had a hard time. They brought in a bingo caller and everything for him. That was ridiculous. Gruden, Gruden couldn't get his own first-round pick because, Dan didn't fear him and just said, you're taking Haskins, and that's the way it goes. He wouldn't have done that with some of the other coaches. And Spurrier, I think Dan just did whatever he wanted, and Spurrier didn't care. He just wanted to run his offense. So they've had, Dan Snyder's had different relationships with different coaches, but the strong ones froze them out, and the weak ones were run over by him. And so, but now, Dan's sailing away. What's the new guy going to do? Well, it's going to be an interesting thing. I think right away, Ron's going to get the benefit of the doubt for 6 months, and we'll meet again next January and talk about it. That's all really Ron could ask for. Get one chance to prove yourself. I'm Rick Snider. Thanks for coming. I'll see you soon.